Fine, his arm is fine. He didn't feel 100% when he got here today, and I wouldn't let him pitch. That's that. Nothing more than that. That was my decision. When somebody doesn't appear right and they're not feeling right, I'm not putting them out there. And he's not throwing tomorrow, and he's not throwing Sunday. I'm not getting him off of his routine. That's that. He wanted to pitch, and I didn't want him to. And sometimes in this, I have to protect these guys that want to go do things when they don't feel quite right. I almost have to protect them from themselves. Volini, when this happened, he stepped in there and he gave us another good outing. And his breaking ball, I think just like last weekend, it seemed like his curveball got better as he went. And it's a steady mix of 4 pitches. And they're all okay. The curveball, by the end of the game, I thought he struck out the side in the 7th after the grand slam, like Fish does his thing in the 6th, to come back out and punch out the side. Kind of summed up his performance, getting better throughout the course of it. And Micah did a great job of feeling it out. And when you have a guy that pitches the way Volini pitches with 4 different pitches, you have to figure out what buttons are working that day. And it may start out with buttons A and B, and by the end of it, it may be C and D that seem to work. And I thought Micah did a great job of feeling through the breaking ball, and some unorthodox defense really helped us. Gage's play in right field, to turn that into a double play, like that's a game-changing. I know it's in the first inning, that was 3 hours ago, but that's a game-changing play with closing speed and the security. You're talking football ball security, to have that kind of ball security at the point of the catch, and the wherewithal to still manage to turn that into a double play was big. I think we had a strikeout, throw him out. We had the dirt ball, or the ball that got away from Jackson a little bit, and their one runner committed a little trail guy, I think, and we turned that into a rundown. So some very unorthodox defense that helped us. And I thought Joe, it was good to see another good performance for him coming out of the bullpen. Some of the at-bats throughout the course of the day, Max clearly had some big ABs. Fisher's at-bat, huge. I think it looked like a breaking ball that hung up there that he got, and I think he had 2 doubles in the grand slam. So we've seen that. Going into this, the production hasn't been clearly what it was tonight, but it was good to see him drive the ball in the gap, hit a ball down the line. He hit a little bit of everything tonight, and that was good. Max's at-bats, good. Max continues to make loud, violent outs, and I think the pendulum is starting to swing in his favor a little bit. There were some good at-bats that are kind of tucked in there. BJ walked 3 times, and I think some of those turned into the ability for us to manufacture. Miles had good base running, kind of soft line drive, got him on base, and then somehow, I can't remember who got the hit, where he went first and third, and just good baseball. So that's a solid team, well-played game. Proud of Volini, and tomorrow's going to be an early one, and Wes will throw.
So when you say Jamie, you expect him next weekend?
100%.
Okay.
Not
so when you say not feeling well, it's not a sickness necessarily, just...
He didn't feel right,
yeah.
And I'm going to leave it at that. And I have a responsibility to not discuss medical things until we're clear to do that. And I'm not talking about illness or anything. He's okay. And he wanted to throw, and probably could have thrown. But I didn't feel right with it, and we're not going to do it tomorrow, and we're going to keep him on his rhythm, and Wes can go throw tomorrow.
So not Tuesday?
Probably not Tuesday.
So I guess
he's going to want to throw. He's going to want to throw tomorrow. He's going to want to throw Sunday. He's going to want to throw Tuesday.
How much time, I guess, did that give Joey to find out he was going to be moved up? And I guess for him to respond to that the way he did, I mean, that's kind of feels like another feather in his cap of what he can do.
Yeah, it was an hour or so, and everybody's here. Like we're all here. It might have been an hour and a half, 2 hours, but we're kind of telling Jamie, like, you're not throwing, so let's just put that down. And Joey's okay doing it, and it was. I told the team it's the first adversity. Like there's other guys banged up, but you show up thinking something's going to happen with your pitching, your starting pitcher, and you do something different. So it says a lot about Joey and the team and the response. And when you have quality pitching, you don't like to go through these moments, but probably going to happen again at some point. And he stepped in, and again, the more he threw, the better he was. And you arguably could have run him back out there, but you do, again, have to protect them from maybe what they want to do and what you think is right at the time.
You mentioned Gibson's 3 walks. All 3 came, I think he got down to 1-2 in all 3 of those at bats.
Definitely one was 0-2. Like,
Yeah.
I think the one before Fisher's was 0-2.
And all 3 were in run-scoring innings. So, I mean, again, those are just kind of mature at-bats for a kid that hasn't played all that much baseball the last year.
Yeah, the hardest thing for us as coaches when you're talking about the hitting side of things is we can see how they stand and swing and all the things that are coming at you from a metric standpoint. You can't see what they see. You can't see what this stuff looks like to them when they're standing in the box and somebody's throwing 94-mile-an-hour fastballs and 83-mile-an-hour sliders and changeups. So clearly, if you're watching this, he has a good perception and vision, and that's such a strength of a good hitter. You have to be able to see spin, see different changes that are so small, but the good hitters can detect those things. And as the level of pitching increases, you know, beyond this level and at the major league level, there's less change in how somebody may tip a certain pitch throughout the course of the delivery. So he's got that gift, as we've watched in a short body of work. Like, he recognizes and does a good job of laying off some tough 2-strike pitches. And he's still learning. Like, there's still things that he needs to grow through. And we're working on a couple minor swing things with him. But when you have that kind of vision, it sure is a feather in your cap in terms of your ability to manage upper level pitching. You have to make good visual decisions.
Speaking of BJ, he obviously took that shot in the second inning, stayed in, but just from you, he's okay to the rest
It
of the
just
game.
knocked the wind. It just knocked the wind out of him. That's why there was nothing wrong. It was just, it took him a while to, like, kind of, you know, when you get the wind knocked out of you, that's not something you just jump back up from. So it took him, well, he's fine. He's fine.
With someone like Max, I don't know how many guys have coached like him. Not only just the elite bat, I mean, he had a ground ball that's 110 miles an hour, but the personality too. How much does that personality help who he is?
Man, he's intense. Like, every pitch is a battle for that guy. And that's why you see the emotion come out. Like, he's taking every pitch of these at-bats too hard. Like, that's intensity, man. And it's what makes competitors. And, you know, he knows at times, like, he gets overly emotional with what's going on, but it is out of a true desire to be really, really good at this and help the team win. And it's a pitch by pitch. When I say battle, Max is fighting for everything, and he wants every pitch, and he wants to put balls in play that need to be put in play, and he wants the 2-strike hit. And I know how frustrated he was before Fisher's grand slam with the at-bat and how that played out. It's good hitters, it's pitch by pitch warfare. It really is. And he's thinking through things and how he's being pitched and what is he seeing. And it is as intense as I've ever seen, pitch by pitch. I've had a lot of really good hitters, but that intensity and then the quality of the contact and ball off bat strength and the flatness of the swing, it's as good as I've seen.
You mentioned Cal. Could today almost be like a day like Max had on Wednesday? They almost catapult him to the next level?
I hope so. I really do. Man, we've seen Cal, everything you can do on that field in the preseason and the fall, and even last year. If you start to look at some of the extra base hits and the things that he was on track to do, I know he didn't get to play a lot, but it's pretty noticeable. And if you watched our practices, you know why he was in the middle of the lineup. It was because of days like today. So he's still young, and this is still new. He didn't play a lot, and he's still early in the sophomore campaign of this. So you're seeing it. And he's got, I know today the defensive play, he's got some good baseball savviness defensively too. So you could put him anywhere on the infield. He loves to play. I mean, he played 2 years of college summer ball, even the year coming out of high school. So he's seen this and likes it, and he's got a little game to him.